Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Battlefield 1 multiplayer on the GeForce GT 1030 for FPS monitoring. I'll be using CAM. If you want to download this software, there's a link down in the description, and if you want to support me, there are Humble and Amazon affiliate links down in the description as well. So Battlefield 1 multiplayer, I'll be doing 1080p, 900p and 720p. To skip none of those sections of the video, check the description below. So well, first of all, I'll be testing 1080p. I'll show you the lowest settings to see what frame rate we get. Hopefully we are close to 60 frames per second, and then I just crank up the settings, trying to target over 30 frames per second if you want to get more quality instead of more performance. Then I do the same on 900p and 720p. I show you a configuration to try and get 60 frames per second or something close to that, and then I just crank up the settings as high as I can, trying to stay over the 30 frames per second target. And unfortunately it's very difficult in this game to get 60 frames per second. On 1080p and 900p this is way more apparent. On 720p you can get away with it quite well actually. Also keep in mind that I overclocked the GT 1030 only on 1080p, so on 900p and 720p you have stock frequencies. So yeah, 1080p is with the overclocked GPU. And on the RAM usage side, so you'll see that the free RAM value will be from 0.6 gigabytes to 1.3 gigabytes. That means that's the free RAM from the 8 gigabytes that I have. So just do 8 gigabytes minus the free RAM value, and that will give you the full RAM usage. In this case, for what I played, I saw between 6.8 to 7.4 gigabytes of usage on the RAM. So if you have more RAM, you'll get less stutters every now and then, but it's still totally manageable with 8 gigabytes as long as that RAM is on dual channel. That's very important here, it makes a difference. On 1080p you'll notice that the GPU usage will be at 99% pretty much all the time, most of the time actually. So that means that the GPU is being handled well by the CPU. On 900p and 720p trying to target 60 frames per second, that's pretty much not the case. You'll see that it drops below 90% GPU usage quite a bit. That means that the CPU is limiting the GPU, which means that we could get higher frame rates in this case if we had a better CPU. But I saw that some of the community was complaining about performance, like around 6 to 7 months ago. When a patch released, it says that it broke the performance of the game. So my previous videos on this game are actually not accurate anymore because an update seemed to have just wrecked performance for everyone, which is a bummer because the game was running better than this in the past. But in this case it didn't make a huge difference to put a better CPU because the GPU was already close to its limit. It was between 75% and 99% usage when targeting 60 frames per second on 900p and 720p. So when you put the Ryzen 3 1200 with the overclock, it uses more GPU, yeah, but it's not a big difference in the frame rate, which is disappointing. But also remember, this game uses a lot of CPU. I'm testing one of the maps that uses the most CPU of all of them. I mean, one of the maps that runs the worst, at least on my end, plus 64 players. And also this is a multiplayer match. It can vary a lot, so I cannot do perfect comparisons here. So you'll see, especially on 900p low settings, you'll see that the frame times are way worse than on 720p medium. That was because for some reason the 900p low setting match is not under my control, so it was different. It seems that there were way more explosions in the background, more vehicles just being driven around and all that kind of stuff, which changes the numbers that we get on screen. So remember, multiplayer, this is very variable. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you keep enjoying the video. I'm sorry about the gameplay, I hadn't played in a while. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
We have taken objective Freddy. We have taken objective Edward. We have taken objective butter. Halfway there, we have the upper hand. We have lost objective Edward. We have taken objective Edward. We have lost objective Duff.
See an enemy scout!
location. We have lost. Halfway there, the enemy has the upper hand. Objective Edward.
Grenade out! Watch your head! We are losing objective Edward. Grenade for them!
Objective Edward.
Grenade out! Watch it! going out!